दोस्तों की काफ़ी सारे सवाल हैं जो मीडिया का Q&A शुरू करने से पहले मेरे पास कुछ सवाल है मेरे जहन में, मैं आपसे पूछना चाहूँगा। सो आपकी इजाज़त हो तो शुरू करें। Sushant, starting with you. First of all, congratulations.
You're such fantastic people on stage. You sure you want to start with me?
Absolutely.
Okay, go
We'll run the red carpet first for you.
Go for it.
Alright, it's just been a few months with the merger and Jio Hotstar has disrupted the game across the board, and you're very close to being the biggest streaming service in the world. You probably are the only platform to have such a wide offering at such a affordable price point. Thank you for that. Without compromising on premium content. So since the launch, the momentum for Jio Hotstar and Jio Hotstar has been incredible. We want to know what's the secret. We want to know what drives this success.
Wow, that's a full question. First of all, a really good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I know it's been raining a little outside. I was really hoping all of you could make it, so thank you so much. Second, can we please have another round of applause for the fantastic team of Special Ops. I mean, I've seen that trailer before, but never at this scale, and it feels special. So, thank you to all of you folks. I forgot the question. Yeah. So it's pretty simple actually. Let me not make a long answer out of this one. We are just about 6-7 months old as Jio Hotstar. It's pretty simple. The promise of a large audience and a large ability to reach many people has always existed in the country. It just required the ability to build truly from India and not take a global business model and kind of employ it and kind of make some adjustments and make it work. And that's really what we've tried doing. We have 80 crore people that have, that reach, we reach via Jio Hotstar. We have 50 crore people just on the digital platform. Just to remind you, I think our digital platform is literally 4 months old, right? So it's still very early days. Our premise is very simple. Let's tell good stories. Let's work with fantastic teams and tell good stories. And people will always love a good story. That's pretty much it.
And in 4 months, we love the leaps and bounds that you're taking and wishing you the best. Thank you so much. Thank you,
Sachin.
नीरज, मेरा सवाल आपसे है कि 5 साल के गैप के बाद expectations of sky high होते हैं, बहुत बढ़ गए. Did you feel the pressure to deliver something bigger, bolder, and different? And what made cyber warfare the perfect battleground?
Namaste, everyone. Thanks for coming in these numbers. It's raining and we were actually wondering whether we'll be able to start this on time and have your attendance and all that. So thanks very much for that. Technically it's not 5 years because we came up with a 1.5
yeah.
in the interim. And Vinay will mind that if you discount that there was no 1.5 because it meant so much for him. So yeah, we back with another installment after 2.5-3 years, I guess. And I would like to go back to the start of this journey, which was about 6-7 years back. And Mr. Uday Shankar, I just bumped into him at an IPL game. And as funnily as it sounds, I mean, he said that, can we do something special for Hotstar? And something special turned out to be Special Ops. And we're very proud of the fact that we've lived up to the audience's expectations over and over again, and I hope it will happen again this time around. It's also a moment where I'd like to thank my entire cast, those who are not on the dais right now, but are standing and sitting there with my team at Friday, my team at Jio Hotstar. All these people worked out tirelessly. In fact, we didn't know for the longest time as to when we'll come out with this. And life at Jio Hotstar, I believe, was more thrilling than Special Ops for some of the guys over there. So yeah, glad to be back and glad to be here talking about it and waiting for the audience's reaction now.
Thank you for coming back and thank you for giving us the app topic, which is much needed for all of us. Thank you so much. ठीक है सर, मेरा सवाल आपसे है. अगला कि you've collaborated with Neeraj sir multiple times over the years. How did your creative sync evolve for Special Ops Season 2, especially जब ये narrative is deep diving again into the cyber warfare, and did it demand something new from both of you?
From me, I'm not even in the KG class of cyber. I don't know anything about it, frankly speaking, as KK Menon. So to play Himmat Singh, who knows all about cyber, etc., is quite a task. And the man on my right and everybody else helped me out in this. So for me, it's something that is. I ask people when I have to post on social media. I ask them how it's to be done, etc., etc. So I'm that bad. So if you like the performance, I'm pretty good at it.
So, that's what makes KK Menon, sir. That, you're such a natural, no matter what, you just wing it, and the trailer definitely impressed us, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, Shivam sir, मेरा सवाल आपसे. First of all, Sukuman entertainment Vishesham. All the Vishesham. This time, the enemy is faceless. Artificial intelligence, cyber attacks, deep surveillance. Was it challenging to depict these invisible threats cinematically while keeping the intensity intact?
See, the thing is, Neeraj has written the script. I always loved his writing. When this area, I also don't know much about the cyber thing, things. I was very worried about that. But I know the story narrative, both the characters, one larger story, one more story, how the merging the story into a narrative. I love that part. But lots of things, the technical aspect, depend on I have to ask him to do things and told him, how do you do this? But finally I learned, we have done it.
So the learning process for all, and it's turned out to be quite a dhamaka that we look forward to. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Karan, Saimi and Muzammil, मेरा सवाल आप तीनों से है कि what's harder, decoding a character's psychology or real life encrypted script from Neeraj sir, and how was it working with Neeraj sir, KK Menon sir, and we want to know also at the end who's the real mastermind off screen.
Good afternoon, everyone. Wow, that was quite loud.
Yeah.
Well, honestly speaking, I think getting a script from Neeraj sir is the biggest one because to decode that is way tougher than anything else you see on screen. क्योंकि sir की ना एक बड़ा typical तरीका है screenplay लिखने का. वो 3-4 लाइनें होंगी, उसके बाद full stop होगा, action capital में होगा और exclamation. And you're like, हाँ इतना ही है. Cut to you are rehearsing for 8 days, shooting over 2 days, one action piece. So that is the man there. And truly, I think we all heavily rely on the material that comes to us because when you read a script that comes from Friday, which has been vetted by yours truly and directed by Sir, it just makes life very easy. I don't know about KK Sir, but you just literally come and you just show up. And that's the first line that Sir told me when I met him about 5-6 years ago for Special Ops 1. I was like, sir, कोई preparation करें? He's like, बस पढ़ ले, आजा ना, कर लेंगे. So that's how he is, and I think nothing's changed, and it's just been a lot of fun shooting this.
Muzammil Saimi, what about you?
I think Karan summed it up in very precise and concise words. I would not deviate from that. You just show up on set and do what is told. See, it's a very complicated series. When I read Special Ops 2, I love to read. So when I was called, I went through the entire script, like even though it was like a tedious, like long pager, I went through it because I wanted to know that, how complicated, and I couldn't understand anything. I just crammed it through. I was like, okay, let me read it. And it was so complicated and yet so interesting. I could understand like a lot of things in it. But then you have to like show up on set and just render to sir what he says. And that's the most intelligent thing you can do as an actor. You cannot oversmart, your bring in your character or anything like that. You just show up, and as sir tells you, do the same thing. And I think that's the best thing you can do as an actor. Being under his guidance and under his shadow, I think that's the best thing.
Follow the master. Thank you and wish you the best. Saimi.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. Like Sir was saying, in this rain, you all have fought it out. But Muzammil and Karan summed it up how it is working with Neeraj Sir. He's a man of very few words, but the words he speaks are enough because he knows what to get out of his actors. For me, I feel I was not in Special Ops 1.5, but it's been 5 years since the first season. The little action that we did in the first season, after that, I've played a police officer, I've played a firefighter, I've played a cricketer. I think a pilot is left, sir, and something in the Navy is left. But it's, I think, all thanks to the way he portrayed me, portrayed the agents. I think my work has spoken in the past 5 years is because of Special Ops. I've gotten to play all these really fiery roles that are very rarely written for women. So I'm very grateful and thankful that he had 2 women agents in Special Ops. And the only complaint I have is we didn't really share screen with KK sir at all, because unfortunately वो बोरिंग काम करते हैं इंडिया में, हम देश भर दुनिया भर घूमते हैं, फैंसी लोकेशंस में काम करते हैं, और सर हमें phones पे instructions देते हैं. So hopefully the next season KK sir comes with us abroad and we get to do something with him on field, and I hope that I get to work with Shivam sir as well, because he is somebody who does the India bits. So I'd love to work with Shivam sir and KK sir as well.
Neeraj sir, she's already given you content for the third season as well.
वो सर आपके साथ ही आती है ना, साथी तो आपके साथ को छोड़ते नहीं है तो.
It's a team. टीम साथ में. पर सर नीरज सर तीसरे सीजन का कंटेंट यहाँ पर ऑलरेडी पक रहा है, मैं कहूँगा. But sir, we are witness to your versatility that you've given us through different characters, and it's commendable. So thank you so much.
Thank you so
the best. But all 3 of you, cyber warfare, that threat is there online. But right now there's a certain threat. You still have dodged my question. Who's the actual real mastermind off screen? It's Neeraj sir or KK sir?
Oh, it's definitely Neeraj sir.
Yeah, it has to be. It's his baby. It's completely him. It's his writing. It's his baby. It's always the writer director.
So also, I want to tell you, this entire campaign of #DateKaWait is not for the audience. It is for the cast. So if you saw any material that came out as promotional that KK sir did, Vinay sir did, or I did, वो दिल से निकला है कि सर बता दो यार. तो इनका जो ऑफिस है वो उतना ही कोवर्ट है जितना हिम्मत सर का ऑफिस है in RAW.
Okay, we're looking forward to that. Date ka wait. Basically hashtags Neeraj sir ka wait. Yeah.
But he was saying at that point of time that, ask Jio Hotstar and KK sir. I was like, no, ask Neeraj sir. Because I knew that he knew of all the people. I mean, he was the one who knew all the answers. So it's always like he's the master planner of.
So we're waiting for him to spill some more beans, which we'll get to know when we open the media Q&A as well. Vinay sir, मेरा सवाल आपसे है कि you played everything from cops to comedians to bureaucrats, different characters we've seen you. What makes Special Ops world so addictive for even actors?
देखिए भाई, मुझे ताकीद की गई है हमारे सीनियर से कि मैं ज़्यादा बोलूँ नहीं, क्योंकि अक्सर होता क्या है, हाँ मैं भूल जाता हूँ. आप सब लोगों का स्वागत है, नमस्कार. मुझे ज़्यादा बोलने की इजाज़त नहीं दी गई है, इसलिए मैं ज़्यादा बोलूँगा नहीं. आप जो सवाल पूछ रहे हैं वो थोड़ा सा पेचीदा है, उसका जवाब मुझे भी नहीं पता. मुझे सिर्फ इतना पता है कि बहुत सालों पहले, मुझे लगता है स्पेशल ऑप्स मेरे बचपन से चल रहा है. आई डोंट रिमेंबर व्हेन इट स्टार्टेड, मतलब कोविड के पहले का ज़माना मुझे वैसे भी याद नहीं है. तो हमारे दोस्त इन्होंने मुझे कॉल किया, शिवम सर ने, कि क्या काम नहीं करोगे मेरे साथ, हम लोग ऐसे बिहारी में बात करते हैं. तो मैंने कहा ज़रूर करेंगे. हम इनके यहाँ आए, इन्होंने मुझे कुछ पढ़ने के लिए दिया. फिर मैंने कहा भाई नीरज साहब के साथ काम करने का पहली बार मुझे अवसर मिल रहा है, तो मैंने हाँ कह दिया, मतलब आँख मूंद के. इसके कुछ 1 हफ्ते बाद, ये बहुत कम लोगों को पता है, मुझे एक फ़ोन आता है नीरज सर का. वो कहते हैं कि अब बसवा को मारते हैं. मतलब मेरा कैरेक्टर पहले सीजन में मरने वाला था जी, ठीक है, तो इन्होंने मुझे जीवन दान दिया है. मतलब मैं 3 सीजन तक चल रहा हूं अभी भी. ये और बात है कि कॉस्ट्यूम सेम ही है, और अब बसवा का प्रमोशन भी नहीं हुआ है. वो अभी भी मोटरसाइकिल से ही वो दिल्ली में, वो मतलब 2 स्टार पुलिस अफसर है. मुझे प्रमोशन नहीं चाहिए, जब तक मेरा मोटरसाइकिल में पेट्रोल भरवाते रहे सर, तब तक मैं स्पेशल ऑप्स के साथ हूँ. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आप सब लोगों का इतनी भारी मात्रा में यहाँ जमा होने के लिए, और बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका. एक बस आखिरी बात कहूँगा, ये जो डेट का जो मसला चल रहा है ना कि कब हो रहा है रिलीज, कब हो रहा है, और सब लोग नीरज सर को बदनाम कर रहे हैं कि उन्हीं को पता है, उन्हीं को। असली मास्टरमाइंड ये है, इन्हीं को पता था कि कब रिलीज होने वाला है। जब पहली बार मैं इनसे मिला था तो सिर पे पूरे बाल थे, लेकिन मर्जर में वो भी चले गए। तो हम आपको मुबारकबाद देना चाहते हैं सर। हम उम्मीद करते हैं कि कुछ ऐसा जादुई तेल निकालें जिससे थोड़े बहुत बाल वापस आ जाएं आपके भी। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका और हम सबका।
विनय सर, बहुत आपका शुक्रिया अदा करने से पहले मैं नीरज सर और शिवम सर का शुक्रिया अदा करना कि आपको सीजन 2 या तीनों इसमें रखा और हमें आप हमेशा एंटरटेन करते आए, ऐसे एंटरटेन करते रहें। बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया।
थैंक यू भाई, ऐसी अफवाहें आप बार भी उड़ाते रहें ताकि हमें कुछ और भी काम मिले। थैंक यू, थैंक यू, थैंक यू।
सच है सर, हकीकत है, बट थैंक यू। भाई भाई, मेरा सवाल आपसे है, कप्तान के कंपेटिटर या कहा जाए एंटागनिस्ट। Welcome to the world of this madness. You're entering the special ops universe for the first time, especially stepping into such a critically acclaimed franchise. What drew you to the script के ये role मुझे करना है? Tell us a bit about your role as well.
That's a great question. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I remember really enjoying season 1. I remember when I saw that trailer, I was just blown away. First and foremost with the pride that it was on an Indian platform. Like 5 years ago, that was a really big deal. And the scale of it. So when I got that phone call from Neeraj sir's office, I was very flattered and humbled. I've been a big fan of his work. I've grown up watching The Wednesday and Special 26. So it was a very humbling phone call to get. जब आप एक हिट शो के अंदर आप ज्वाइन करते हैं तो इट फील्स लाइक जैसे आप एक हॉस्टल ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं, यहाँ पे सब एक दूसरे को जानते हो and you're the new entrant. So I have to admit the first few days were a little overwhelming, but very quickly you have to gel and get into the part. I think when I heard the character Sudhir, I was just blown away about how unpredictable he is, how layered he is, and how contemporary he is, because he's not someone who needs muscle or weapons. It's just data and control over that data that has him. He's like a business tycoon who runs this tech mafia, as you can see from the trailer. And to me that was just so exciting to play, because it opens up so many relevant questions today of what really is intelligence and what is national security. So thank you Shivam sir, Neeraj sir, thank you Jio Hotstar for trusting me with this part.
However, we're looking forward to the different layers of Sudhir, and definitely the trailer is also doing justice to what you're going to be showcasing, and we look forward to that. Thank you so much. And with that, I'm sure हमारे दोस्त जो हैं मीडिया के सारे होते हैं, सचिन हमारे भी सवाल पूछ लो यार। तो I would say if I could request our volunteers or team members to please hand over the questions written by our friends from the media if you have it. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. मैं कोशिश ज़रूर करूँगा कि हर नाम मैं ठीक से पढ़ूँ, क्योंकि कई बार होता है कि प्रिस्क्रिप्शन की तरह नाम आप लिखते हो तो थोड़ा मुश्किल हो जाता है पढ़ना अगर आपने यहाँ पे नाम लिखा है। तो मैं कोशिश करूँगा, इफ़ आई गेट इट रॉन्ग, पार्डन माय फ्रेंच। These are questions from our friends from the media, जिन्होंने लिखे दिए। So we have a couple of questions here. Sushant, starting with you again. First question is for you.
अभी जो भी सवाल देने थे सर ने दे दिए मेरी तरफ से, तो अभी क्या बोलिए?
Well, he's titled you the mastermind, so I'll call you the mastermind, Sushant. Vaishnavi from AdGully has sent in the question here. Hi Vaishnavi. Sushant, it's fascinating how some of the Hotstar special characters like Himmat Singh have built such loyal fan bases over time. Are we now seeing a shift where character storytelling is becoming the core driver of audience engagement and even platform stickiness, especially on OTT?
It's a very good question, and the answer is absolutely yes. Characters like Himmat Singh, characters, even beyond that, including Madhav Mishra and so on. I think they've become more than just people that you see on screen. They become part of a conversation, and the reason for that is pretty simple. लोग कहानियाँ देखते हैं for the people that are in it and the journeys that they go through, right? And उस journey से we either find inspiration, we either find hope, we either find solace. So in many ways, the characters that we all see on screen are some representation of either what we are or what we want to be. Very simple. That's one part of it. The other is, we can want all the best characters on screen, and at Hotstar and Jio Hotstar now we have been lucky to have built a repertoire but it really takes a set of people to bring those characters to life. From writing it to directing it to the people who actually portray the characters. It takes a combination of all of them, and obviously some fantastic teams at JioStar who have helped find these characters to showcase on the platform over a period of time. Characters on screen are nothing but the characters that we have every day with us, our close relationships. So they are true to their core, but at the same time they will surprise and delight you, just like some of the characters will in this season, I'm pretty sure.
We're awaiting the surprises. Thank you. Thank you, Vaishnavi, for the question. And next question is coming for Neeraj sir from Subha Lakshmi from The Telegraph. And the question is, you've explored similar terrains in Baby, Ayari and The Freelancer. What keeps drawing you back to the stories of covert intelligence and high-stake missions? And how do you envision the future of the Special Ops universe to look like 5 years down the line?
Frankly speaking, I mean, there are such interesting stories in this domain and such unheard, untold stories in this domain that it naturally becomes a magnet for any storyteller. Whether it's the producers, the platform, or whoever you'd like to say. And the unsung hero in most of these stories, that becomes the primary reason also, because these are operations which are covert in nature. They are classified, they are under plausible denial, and that's the reason not too many people are aware of these operations, these adventures. And I feel that it's a compelling enough reason for us to bring it to the audiences. And proof of it is that they enjoy it. They enjoy it and they want more of it. And our endeavor is to bring newer stories and keep discovering, searching newer stories in this domain and bring it to them.
And the proof is you've got an eye for detail and you give us the best content always.
That goes with the team. It would be stupid of me to just take the credit for that. It takes an entire village, including the cast, the technicians. And it's work behind the scenes by an entire team that sort of does that.
So if the team members are here, cheers to you guys and wishing you the best. Okay, so the next question is for you, coming in from Sharik from IANS, and it says, personally and professionally, what has been your proudest moment while working on a legacy and fan favorite franchise like Special Ops, and what is your favorite part about returning to this character?
You're speaking in the past tense. It's not past, it's present. So I'm quite proud presently as well. So, see, initially when we did it, we had no idea that it will become so big. I think nobody is so narcissistic to think that it would become so big. But yes, once the first season came in, and then we realized we have something which has a life, a longer life than we expected. And then we did an experiment with 1.5, which is a backstory of Himmat, where I could play my age, the actual age. Finally, I could play my age. So all that I did. So I felt good, and even Pathak Saab could play his age, So yeah. So yeah, I had no idea that what is cooking up in Neeraj's mind. I never asked because it's difficult for him to explain and for me to understand. So I prefer to see the final draft of the script. And when I read it, it was huge and threads which are much more than what was there in 1 and 1.5. For an actor, that's the key part. I know that I've played Himmat Singh. I know him in and out. I also know that I don't know anything about cyber. My first email ID was cyberreluctant at gmail.com. So I'm that reluctant. So I don't know anything about it. And for me to kind of get into it was an interesting actor's journey. I just acted like I'm an expert. That's all. But there's an emotional thing behind it. It's not just dry. It's not just computers only. So a mixture of everything: technology, emotions, drama, everything. Very rarely do you get to play. we come from that time where there were only theatrical releases. There was no OTT. So those areas were booked for you know what. We good actors used to play villains and whatever. So now comes, it's opened up completely. So we as actors have a chance to enjoy ourselves with whatever talent we have. And that's what OTT gives us, and especially special ops, because it's huge. I mean, trust me, when you see the series, season 2, it's at least beyond my imagination that he could come up with something that big. Yeah, just waiting. And he said bus. Oh, okay. He doesn't take compliments very well, so I'm just stopping.
You aced it. You know, KK sir is a man, when he walks in, even if he doesn't say anything, he just has an aura, right? So he definitely right now also is doing that. He's speechless, you know, he'll try and tell us how big, and we're looking forward to it, but you every time ace the character that you play. So thank you for giving us KK man. Thank you.
And please kudos to all the people who are not on stage, sitting there. They have been an integral part of
Absolutely.
our journey.
So a big shout out to all of you, and we'll be getting on stage.
Yeah, they'll be
in a
coming
short
on.
while. Yeah, they'll be joining us.
They have
to capture the moment for sure. विनय सर, मेरा अगला सवाल है देवांश से फ्रॉम द इंडियन एक्सप्रेस, एंड सवाल यह है कि यू हैव प्लेड बोथ इंटेंस एंड ह्यूमरस रोल्स अक्रॉस योर करियर. हाउ डू यू स्ट्राइक अ बैलेंस बिटवीन सच contrasting emotional tone in a project like Special Ops?
ये सवाल किसने पूछा भाई?
देवांश फ्रॉम इंडियन एक्सप्रेस, फ्रॉम द इंडियन एक्सप्रेस.
इंडियन एक्सप्रेस, द इंडियन एक्सप्रेस, यू नो. आपको मेरा सलाम इतना पेचीदा सवाल पूछने के लिए. देखिए, मैं एक बात ये बता दूं कि मैं जितना इंटेलिजेंट दिखता हूं उतना हूं नहीं. ये बात आप लोग पहले लिख लें. दूसरी बात ये, कई बार हम लोग इस बात को एक्नॉलेज करने से चूक जाते हैं कि जो भी काम एक्टर करता है, जितनी बखूबी से करता है, वो उसका मेरा मानना है कि 70% जो श्रेय है वो लेखक को जाना चाहिए. आई थिंक वी हैवंट स्पोकन इनफ about all the writers. Thank you. I mean, and I would like to take this moment to acknowledge all the writers that I have worked with over the years, over the characters you're talking about. मतलब intense क्या होता है और comedy क्या होती है. To be very honest, it's not that important if it's written well. Any decent actor or actor with an imagination, I think, would get into the character if it's written well on paper. And I'm speaking about Mr. Shivam Nair, I'm speaking about Mr. Neeraj Pandey, I'm speaking about all the writers I have worked with. And I really want to take this opportunity to thank them for creating all the characters that I've done. Thank you. And this is the most intense I can get.
But we thank the writers for giving us you, for writing it so well that they can bring out the best in you, and thank you for always entertaining. Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you. Next up is from Vanshaj from Filmfare. The question is for Taiva. The question is for you. We've seen you portray many versatile characters over the years, but this character looks particularly striking and terrifying. And what makes you gravitate towards these grey characters?
I think grey characters just have dimension, and there's something very interesting about playing characters that are in the shades of grey. And I think Sudhir ke baare mein bhi yahi सच्चाई है. And this was one of Neeraj sir's and Shivam sir's brief to me, is that जैसे जैसे show आगे बढ़ता है, you discover layers of the character. It's like peeling an onion, and that's what makes him interesting, and that's what gravitated me towards this part. And also there's a physical aspect in this character. He's into a certain kind of martial art, which also makes it very interesting to play. And I think when you conventionally see an antagonist, he leads with muscle, he leads with like weapons, but he believes in digital colonization, and that's what makes him unlike anything I've played before.
Nice, thank you. And next question is coming in from Sayumi from Akriti from Bollywood Bubble. The question is, you play Juhi, one of the few women navigating the high-stakes world of espionage, often seen as a male-dominated space. What drew you to this role, and how important was it for you to represent both the emotional as well as the physical strength?
Thank you, Akriti, for that question. Like I said earlier, the credit goes to Neeraj sir because as an actor, you want to play all roles, be it grey, black, white, orange, yellow. As an actor, you want to keep working. But for women, there are particular roles which people don't write and you always wonder why. But even before Special Ops, I think Neeraj sir with Baby and what he did with Taapsee really stood out as an audience. I watched it and I said, wow, I've never seen anything on Indian cinema like this before. So he's somebody who's always done it, and I was just lucky that I got to play Juhi because the first season I loved doing action, I loved beating up guys, and I know there was a character that I beat up with a stick. I wish I could beat up guys and have guns in my hand because that's what women genuinely feel from the inside when there are so many people on the road who are booing and who are booing, and that's what women feel inside, that you give me a stick, give me a gun, I'll show you how it's done, and he gave me the opportunity. So I'm just really happy and I hope I can continue to beat up the bad guys.
And I would say on behalf of Saimi, kudos and a big shout out to all the girl power in the house this afternoon. To all the girls in the house, and as soon as you said you like to beat up, KK sir, we all turned like two steps behind, like, kya?
Well, he's trained me well, so we were under his training. So he gave the money that was needed for Juhi's training, so he's part of the team. He's a good guy.
Oh.
Tahir needs to be careful.
Me on the other hand, I should quickly exit.
मैं तो डर ही रहा हूँ यार, जैसे उसने कहा कि beat up guys, and I'm like, okay then. अगला सवाल है from Medha Bhatt. Did I say that right? From Punjab. Is that correct, Medha? Questions for Karan. Karan, with Special Ops marking your OTT debut, how does it feel to grow alongside a franchise that has become a genre benchmark in espionage, action, and national issues?
Sorry, can you repeat that? I didn't hear that at all.
Questions from Medha from Punjab, and it says, with Special Ops marking your OTT debut, how does it feel to grow alongside a franchise that has become a genre benchmark in espionage, action, and national issues?
Oh, it's an extreme honor, quite frankly, and truly, moving aside from television, this was the exact kind of outing I wanted as an actor, and it couldn't have been more befitting to do it with Neeraj sir. He's somebody I reached out to a whole bunch of years before we actually ended up collaborating on this, and he auditioned me for this role. Truly speaking, I find myself more of an audience for this show than a cast member, because even right now when I was watching the trailer, it was just so riveting. I couldn't hold myself back from whistling, so my sincere apologies for that blasphemy. But espionage, just to be attached to it, I think it's one of the most coolest genres, and playing Farooq is just so much fun. ये मेरे साल की ना सबसे थकान वाली छुट्टी होती है, बिकॉज हम सिर्फ अब्रॉड शूट करते हैं. सर हमें अच्छी अच्छी जगहों पर लिख देते हैं. सो you love it when the screenplay starts with Budapest, Georgia, and you're like, bring it. So you don't mind waking up at 3 o'clock? हाँ जी. So मेरी बड़ी इच्छा है तहे दिल से कि केके सर दफ्तर को बहुत अच्छे तरीके से संभालें ताकि हम घूमते रहें छुट्टियों में. But no, it would be, sir, in all honesty, it would be amazing to kick some ass with you and I standing next to each other in the field. That would be a lot of fun. और ये मेरी एक्चुअली एक
बचपन में हमने यूक्रेन में बहुत किया है वो चीज़.
ये मेरा एक थोड़ा गिला शिकवा भी रहा है नीरज सर के साथ कि हमारा एक भी सीन अब तक साथ में नहीं हुआ है. तो वो डेफिनेटली मैं सर को कोक्स करूँगा किसी तरीके से लिखते. बट मुझे बड़ा मजा आता है टू प्ले अ रॉ एजेंट. इट्स सच अ फन स्पेस टू बी. You get to learn so many different kind of action techniques, especially in this season. I had the best time of my life because I came off one of my biggest fears, which I don't want to say right now because it's a bit too soon. But it's been a very, very enjoyable shoot, and I just love thoroughly being a part of Special Ops.
We wish you the best, and you said you whistled, and whistling is a part of showing appreciation, and I think you should do it one more time just for all of us to showcase the appreciation and love for Special Ops Season 2. Go for it.
Sir, आपकी permission, इजाज़त है. Ready for it? मैं पंजाबी हूँ, so this might be a bit loud, yeah. So behold.
Hoi hoi.
तालियां. क्या बात है?
मैं पंजाबी नहीं हूँ, फिर भी
सीटियों में एक अलग मजा है ना जो मैंने appreciate.
एक सेकंड. What makes you think Sayami can't do it?
Okay. But the fact that she gave it a shot, it means a lot. So thank you. And whistles and kudos to Special Ops Season 2. Next question, KK sir, आपके लिए. Coming in from Diksha Navjani from Filmi Kya. If you had to go undercover in real life, what would be your fake identity and why?
यार पहली बात मुझे I don't think I'll be accepted undercover. तो क्योंकि अनफॉर्चुनेटली हाँ हाइट थोड़ा सा 6'2" का हाइट है तो दिख ही जाएगा. मुश्किल है अंडरकवर जाना.
Just for an idea, we would be honeymoon couple.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
You guys got the plot for season 3? Yeah? They're coming undercover as a couple and you guys are going looking forward.
This will be a different kind of honeymoon travels.
Good one. But the next question is for all of you. Coming in from Sejal Jain from Dainik Bhaskar. Special Ops करने के बाद आप लोगों को real Special Ops बनने का मन हुआ? अगर हाँ तो आप लोगों की क्या strategy होती as a real Special Ops?
बिल्कुल नहीं यार ये खैर हम लोग मजाक में बोल रहे हैं इसी से. बट स्पेशल ऑप्स जो है मतलब जो बिहाइंड द सीन्स करते हैं लोग ये हमारे बस की बात नहीं है. इट्स समथिंग एल्स. दे सैक्रिफाइस अ लॉट. दे काइंड ऑफ यू डोंट नो देम, यू विल नेवर नो देम, यू नो, बट दे डू द मोस्ट अमेजिंग थिंग्स फॉर द कंट्री. सो it's a I can't really trivialize it and kind of make it मजाक, because वो वहाँ पे जाकर के हमको थोड़ा रोकना पड़ेगा, because it's like the army or the but the behind the scenes espionage people are something else. And plus what happens is that they might save you 5,000 times, but then one slip you start blaming the intelligence, so it's that bad. It's a thankless job. So मेरे ख्याल से from our side, I don't know how to pay our respects, but this is our tribute to them.
First of all, thank you for you're the real life Special Ops who give us a glimpse into what the world is like, and as you rightly said, the real life Special Ops go that extra mile. We don't even know they are the silent heroes. So big shout out to the entire real life Special Ops as well. And to all of you, thank you for bringing us that slice of what their life is onto the screen. So thank you. And we've got time for one last question. It's coming in from Sohail F. Fidai from Instant Bollywood. Not mention who the question is for, but I'm going to read it out and we'll try and point it if we can. किसके लिए? Very sleek, stylized thriller. हमको जितना excitement है देखने में, क्या आप लोगों का काम करने में भी उतना ही मजा आता है या फिर डैश पड़ी होती है?
सर मैं सबके लिए जवाब दे रहा हूँ. सर एक्साइटमेंट ही है, और मेरा तो ऐसा मानना है कि जितनी ज्यादा फटती है ऑन सेट उतनी ज्यादा एक्साइटमेंट होती है, बिकॉज दैट्स एक्चुअली हाउ मच यू रियली एंजॉयड फिल्मिंग इट. एंड मेरी एक सीख रही है, मैं जानता हूँ कि वी आर ऑलवेज ऑल इन प्रेज फॉर नीरज सर, बट ट्रूली दिस वन comes from sir, so I have to give it to you. Sir ने मुझे 3-4 साल पहले आफ्टर खाकी मुझे फोन किया था, सॉरी स्पेशल ऑप्स फोन किया था जिस दिन रिलीज हुआ था. He's like, how's the response feeling? So I was like, it's amazing. So he's like, what if people didn't respond to it like that? Would it still be amazing? I was like, of course, I had such a good time shooting. So he's like, that is the only take back you should have from any of the things that you should do, and I want to leave you with that. So वो एक जो सीख है मेरे साथ बड़ी स्ट्रांगली रही है. तो मेरा तो मानना है कि जितना सर हमें जिस रिंग मरोल से लेकर चलते हैं, बट आई वांट टू आल्सो टेल यू एट द सेम टाइम, जो भी चीज सर हमसे कराते हैं वो खुद भी करते हैं. सो अगर हम 15-15 घंटे सेट पे खड़े हैं, he'll never go to a van, he'll also always be strolling. अगर ताहिर और मेरा एक पीस है जो बहुत ही हेक्टिक कंडीशंस में था, तो अगर हम उस हेक्टिक कंडीशन में तो सर भी हमारे साथ है. सो दैट गिव्स यू अ लॉट ऑफ इमोशनल सपोर्ट एंड फिजिकल सपोर्ट टू go through the entire day, waking up at 3 in the morning and pulling the entire night. And I want to tell you, after that, he goes for different recce's. So if he can do it, we can all do it. And I think we should give sir a huge round of applause, because उनके लिए बनता है. बट वाकई सर जेन्युइनली तो हमारी डैश करने के लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया.
Anybody else would like to add to it? Tahir bhai, you're the new entrant.
I would, yeah, just absolutely agree with Karan because the scene he's talking about, it was that you just saw a snippet of it in the trailer, and you're very excited when you read about it on paper, but when you're actually waking up at 3 in the morning, it's 5 degrees or some ridiculous weather like that, and you've been rehearsing for 10 days for this, and because the part I play is the antagonist, I don't I don't necessarily shoot with a lot of people, and Karan and I met, we rehearsed for 1 day together, and it's like a choreography that we're doing. And to have Neeraj sir there as the choreographer, it's intimidating, लगी पड़ी रहती है, but exciting at the same time. So thank you हमारी लगाने के लिए.
पाठक साहब, मैं बस ऐसा कहना चाहता हूँ.
पाठक साहब, आपने सुना?
हाँ,
5 डिग्री उसी पे.
मैं वही कहना चाहता हूँ कि देखो भाई, रिडिकुलस वेदर -5 नहीं है, 41 डिग्री जहाँ हम शूट करते हैं. करेक्ट भाई, वो मुंबई सेंट्रल ईस्ट, ये हमारा लोकेशन है. ये बुडापेस्ट में है, इनको शिकायत हो रही है. वाह
सर मैं आपको एक रिडेम्पशन दे सकता हूँ इसमें.
आप नहीं, हम बहुत ज्यादा दे सकते हैं सर. यू आर यूरोप रिटर्न, आप मुझे 10 दे सकते हैं. मैं बस यही कह रहा हूँ, खुश रहें आप लोग.
Well, thank you. बहुत shukriya. That's all the time we have for the media Q&A. Thank you everyone for sending in the questions. Thank you. And मेरी आप सबसे दरख्वास्त, this is the moment to capture. So if you could step forward for a nice photo op. And yes, the entire cast, अगर मैं आपसे भी दरख्वास्त करूँगा, तो please join us on stage. Please.